Hello students, this is Mrs. Jones. Today we're going to be talking about how to convert from our decimal numbering system, which is a base 10 numbering system, to octal, which is a base 8 numbering system. And to kind of explain this, that with our regular base 10 numbering system, all of our place values are built off of a 10 numbering system. So every 10 digits, it's kind of like it clips to another whole. So the same thing with octal is, although every 8 digits or every 8 numbers, it would reset and have another place value. So this is a process to do on how to convert a base 10 number into an octal number. It's not hard, but it's just a process that you need to learn how to do. It's a repetitive division of 8. So we're going to start by taking this 97 divided by 8. And I get 12.125. So that means that if we would have done long division, that the 12 would be on top of that long division bar, and then we would have some kind of remainder. And I'm not going to make you do any long division, so I want to show you a workaround for this. That if you take just your decimal, 0.125, and you multiply it by 8, that will tell you what the remainder would have been if you did it longhand. So it's a remainder 1. Next step, we're going to take this 12, and we're going to divide it by 8 again. Like I said, it's a repetitive division of 8. So if we go 12 divided by 8, this is 1.5. That means that the 1 would have been on the top of the division bar, and it has a remainder. So to do the remainder, the workaround is to take just that decimal, 0.5, and multiply it by 8. 0.5 times 8 is 4. So that means we have a remainder of 4. And we're going to keep going. This 1, bring it down here, divide it by 8 again. When we do 1 divided by 8, we get 0.125. So that means that it does not go in at all. So there's a 0 here. But we do have a remainder, and you take just your decimal times 8 will give us a 1 here. Because we got a 0 in this spot, that's how we know that we're done. And your octal number is right here. Now in this particular problem, it doesn't matter which direction you read it, but you're always going to want to read this going up. So your octal number would be 141. And if you put a little teeny tiny 8 down there at the bottom, that signifies that it is an octal number and not a base 10 number. Right? Let's talk about another one. So we're going to do number 3 here. So a repetitive division of 8. We take 252 divided by 8. I get 31.5. So that means that on top of the division bar would have been 31, and we have a remainder, so we're going to take just our decimal times 8. So 0.5 times 8 will give you 4. To move forward, you take this 31 and divide it by 8 again. So 31 divided by 8 tells me 3.875. That means that the 3 would have been on the top of the division bar, and then it has a remainder because it has this decimal here. If we take just our decimal times 8, we get that our remainder will be 7. Now we keep going. This 3, we'd slide it down here and divide it by 8 again. When you divide 3 divided by 8, you get 0.375. So 0 would be on top of our division bar. And then for the remainder portion, you do the same thing. You take your decimal times 8. So 0.375 times 8 says that we have a remainder of 3. Your octal number is right here, and you know you're done because you get a 0 in this spot right here. So we read our octal number from bottom to top. So our octal number would be 374 as an octal number. Okay, there's one more that I want to do, actually 2 more real quick. We'll address number 1 right now. In the octal and the decimal numbering system, the numbers 0 through 7 are just themselves. So a 6 as a decimal number or a base 10 number and a 6 as an octal number is the same thing. But once you get past 7, that's when you have a difference. All right, let's try this number 4 here. We divide it by 8. So 196 divided by 8 gives me 24.5. That means that it went in 24 times. The 24 would be on top of the division bar if we did it longhand. And the remainder, we take just our decimal, 0.5, times 8. 0.5 times 8 gives us a 4. We take this 24 and we slide it down here and divide it by 8 again. If we do 24 divided by 8, we get 3, and there's no decimal here. So what that means is that it goes in 3 times, and since there's no decimal here, we would have 0 as a remainder. We're going to keep going. 3 divided by 8 equals 0.375. So the 0, that means that we're done. And to get the remainder part for right here, we take just our decimal, 0.375, times 8. Tells us 3. So our octal number is right here in the remainders, and you read it from bottom to top. So our octal number here would be 304 as an octal number. Is the same as 196 in a base 10. Alright, so I hope these videos have helped you out today. And there is no Google quiz to take with this assignment, but I did want you to take notes and submit a picture of your notes for the 2 videos that you watched. Alright, thank you. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon.